Okay, this will be a tutorial on how to change the bulb. This is a Powerpac mosquito repellent ultraviolet tube that I'm going to change. I'm going to change for both. Now, typically speaking, when they are blown, sometimes you need to bring to the service center, but actually you can change it yourself if you have some tools. So I'm going to share with you a quick and easier way for you to do this without meddling too much with the screw, because in a yearly basis sometimes I change out probably 3 to 4 tubes a year. Okay, so I'm going to quickly just run through with you what I do to actually help work on the changing of the tubes. Okay, previously I used this thin wire. Okay, so I'm going to remove this. Typically I would use zip ties, but the other day I don't have zip tie, so I make do with what I have, which is small gauge wire. So I'm going to cut this off first. Okay, if let's say this is your first time removing this, then you have to remove some screws. Okay, this smaller version is exactly the same like the big version. It's only that it's smaller in size and it's a bit tricky for you to get into. Okay, so if this is your first time, you have to remove the screw first. So 1, 2, 3 at the top here, and 4. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna quickly just cut through first. Okay, I highly suggest getting zip ties as well. Okay, so the second part is to remove the bottom section. Okay, when you remove, you put it aside, and at the top here you will remove 2 additional screws, which will open up the unit itself. Okay, make sure you have this unplugged, because if you are doing this when it's plugged in, it will zap you like nobody cares. Then yeah, so take note of that. Okay, at this point you can clean up the grids here using a smaller brush like this. Okay, I already cleaned this up prior to this video, so you can clean up and remove all the flies and whatever not. Then after that, put these 2 cages aside. You want to work on removing the tube. So down here there's 2 screws. You want to take that out, and at the bottom part here you see the connectors. You want to dislodge the you want to take out the connectors. Okay, so I'm going to go do it right now. Then you can follow through with me if you want to. Okay, this is going to be quite easy. Okay, so just remove the screw. By the way, the bulbs you can get it on Shopee. I'm gonna give you a link later on what models I use and the bulbs, what bulbs I will be using. Okay, so I'm gonna remove that. Then I'm gonna use a long plier like this to actually take out the connectors at the top. See there? So one there and one there. Okay, so this one will be the top one, this will be the bottom one. Okay, alright, so the other side, exact same thing. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, now from here you can take out the bulb. So it's blown, and you can replace it with a longer one. This is the size that I'm going to use. Okay, carefully just take out the bulb and replace the bulbs. Okay, also one here. Okay, you want to thread, you see there? You want it to go into the hole first, guide it through. It's a bit tricky. Guide it through and put back the connectors. Okay, you can use a plier. Push it in. Alright. And after that, exactly the same as how it is on top. Okay. Okay, it can be a bit tricky, so okay, put it back in. And use a plier. So pretty much that's it. Okay, while you are doing this, once you are done, you want to screw back the top. Sometimes I do not screw up the top, I give it a test first, but I think I got it correct, so I'm just going to screw it back in. Alright. Take the other screw. Sorry, it's a bit hard to record this and work on it at the same time, but I'm trying my best, so bear with me. Alright, so screw it in like so. Okay, once you are done, alright, ensure that all the connectors are in properly. And then what you want to do is make sure that these wires, they do not touch each other, because if it does, sometimes it can short the wires itself. So just clean up a bit more, and as you go along, make sure that they are not touching each other. If they are touching each other, example like this, let's say the wires are touching each other, you can just move it apart from each other. As long as they are not touching each other, then it's fine. Okay, how it works is the fly will fly in, and as they touch this either two of these wires, they will zap it, and the fly is dead, or the mosquito is dead. Okay, around my area there's a lot of mosquitoes, so I have this one in my room, and the other one outside in the living space. Okay, so once you are done with this, take back the cage and put it back in. Okay, very gently. Okay, if you see, sometimes you get this wrong the first time around. You see there's a big gap here, and there's a little groove. This part here goes into the little groove. Okay, so same thing at the bottom side. Alright, and this wire here, I'm just going to put it on top. There used to be a clip here, but I don't think it's necessary, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to zip tie to the cage on the outer side, so that will fasten the wires a bit more. Okay, so same thing here, just cover up, make sure it goes into the groove. Okay, pretty much that's how you close it up. Snap on the bottom cover first. Okay, then after that I will zip tie. Like so. Okay, zip tie the other side as well. All it takes is 5 cable ties, one for each side. And one to hold the wires in place. Later on, what you do is just snip off the excess and give it a try. Okay, so great, it works. Okay, so snip off the excess and you are done for this guy. Okay, the smaller one is exactly the same steps. Okay, so I remove the caging, exactly the same step as the bigger one. At this point you can clean up as per normal. Alright, all 4 sides, make sure that they are not touching each other. Remove the top cover, these 2 screws, and the bottom cover as well. Then remove the bulb connectors, remove the bulbs, replace the bulbs, and reverse the sequence for installing back everything in place. Okay, pretty much is the same thing as the bigger one. So yeah, I hope this helps. I'm going to give you an update on the bulbs after I replaced it, and we can call it a day. Alright, so good luck with this. If you want to get the bulbs, I will leave a link below. Yeah, so take care and I hope this helps. Bye.